Hi again. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the book, The Rule of Three by Eric Walters. Eric Walters is a Canadian author. He used to be a teacher. He was a former elementary school teacher in Mississauga who wanted to write books that he thought his students would read because he was dealing with a lot of reluctant readers. And he's found all kinds of success and acclaim that way. So, this particular book is the first in a series of books. The rule of three basically stands for you can live without food for 3 weeks, you can go without air for 3 minutes, 3 days without water. So it's basically a story about survival, and it's said through the story through told through um, the eyes of this guy. This is Adam, and basically he's a teenager, so he'd be the same age as the kids who would be reading the book. It's for young teen readers, um, and what happens is the world basically has lost all of its communications, and it's back to the dark ages in a lot of ways. Um, his mom is a chief of police, and their next door neighbor is an old spy, and together they kind of work out a plan on how to survive this new reality. They build a new community, and they deal with all kinds of. So they got a new community. They deal with conflict from outside, some issues, personality issues from inside their settlement. Um, these two become inseparable. So there's this idea of mentorship, as well as it's like a coming of age story because the kid's becoming a man in a lot of ways. Um, there's themes of us versus them because everybody who lives inside of this community is working together, but they're concerned and afraid of those who are outside of the community. People who are outside of the community are viewed as predators. There's violence, people are killed. Um, Herb is has military planning experience, so he knows when they have a real significant problem that they can't just negotiate their way out. And so he gives them all a plan. They have to execute this plan in order to survive. It's a great book. Like I said, it's for early teen readers, probably strong readers in grade eight could read this one, and it teaches some really good lessons. There's lots of examples of de-escalating conflict, trying to avoid violence, and then finally you have to stand up to a bully at the end, really. But it's fantasy. It's like a lot of ways the zombie type storylines without the zombies. I mean, it's the beginning stage of the end of civilization and what that's going to look like, and how far are people willing to go in order to look out for the ones that they love. But it's done in a way that it's not overly violent. It's not. Um, I think it's thoughtful in the way it's prepared. And so there, like I said, this is one of three. So the series then moves on. So there's other books that you can read. And one of the other things I think is great about it is the description of the main characters. The author, he doesn't really say what any of them looks like. So students of from all areas, really, they can see themselves in the main character because he could be them, and I think that part's great too. So um, I think it's a worthwhile read. I think it's a fun book. It's a book, especially boys who aren't really interested in reading too much, they might get a big kick out of. And I think there's enough storylines that have a little bit of romance and teen angst in it that all readers really would find some interest in it. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.